This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, held a meeting with religious leaders Dr. Ahmed El Tayer, the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, and Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury, in order to discuss coexistence among religions. The two parties were visiting the UAE to attend the Towards an Integrated World Conference, organised by the Muslim Council of Elders and with leaders from the Anglican Communion. The Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi stated that he hoped their efforts would be crowned with success in furthering tolerance and understanding among religions to live in peace, security and tranquility. According to news agency WAM, they all exchanged views on some of the issues addressed by the conference to maximise the humanitarian and cultural affairs of different nations and people. The Abu Dhabi Crown Prince stressed that the UAE, under the leadership of the UAE President, has laid down rules and principles that reinforce the UAE's approach to coexistence and equality, the rejection of extremism and violence, and countering discrimination and racism. He called on all parties to unite against destructive extremist ideas and criminal acts undertaken by organisations to defame religions. At the conference, it was agreed that Muslim and Christian youth must work together towards common goals of peace and equality. The Emirates Red Crescent Authority has distributed food packages to thousands of families in the old city in Mukalla over in Yemen. That's the second phase of an intensive humanitarian assistance plan in the provincial capital of Hadramaut. Food packages were delivered to 5,327 families, 1,639 families in the Masaken area, and around 3,688 food packages will be delivered to beneficiaries in the Old Fua neighbourhood. A food package is enough to sustain an average family for a whole month. The second phase of the humanitarian effort was launched after Mukalla was liberated on the 24th of April this year. And according to the ERC, to date, some 80,000 families have benefited from the UAE initiative. The Dubai Electricity and Water Authority and DP World have transformed a number of out-of-service shipping containers into classrooms for refugee camps, which is the result of another successful initiative of the Carbon Ambassador Programme. 8 young Emirati women from DP World worked on the project and created a classroom for children in need of educational assistance, as well as better learning environments. According to news agency WAM, the unique space will give refugee children access to real-life working sustainable technologies, while developing their thoughts towards building a sustainable future for their communities. The second edition of the Carbon Dubai programme was organised once again in collaboration with the Dubai Carbon Centre of Excellence and the United Nations Development Programme, and DP World provided all participating groups with 6 containers. The Carbon Ambassador Programme aims to promote a culture of sustainable development among fresh graduates, as well as young employees, through engaging them in green activities planned by different public and private sector organisations. In an effort to reduce rear-end collisions, the Dubai Taxi Corporation has launched the Brake Plus system that is triggered when a driver brakes to slow down or suddenly stop. The 4-light system alerts drivers to slow down and prompts them to leave a safe distance between cars. Dr. Yusuf Mohammed Al Ali, the CEO of the Dubai Taxi Corporation, stated on the occasion that the Brake Plus system reduces the chance of rear-end collisions by as much as 50%. Most collision accidents are avoidable if a trailing driver has a 1-second notice. The driver would also have a 70% higher chance of noticing the vehicle in front suddenly stop when seeing flashing lights. He added that the initiative is a part of the DTC strategic plan to introduce modern technologies in taxicabs, which in turn will improve the traffic safety and reduce the number of overall accidents. It will also enhance the level of taxi service to bring it in line with the highest standards adopted by advanced countries. As the UAE weather makes a seasonal transition from summer to winter, and as infants and children are more prone to cases of flu during the season, fluid in the middle ear, according to doctors, is a hidden problem in the country, and unless treated can even cause partial or total hearing loss in more severe cases. While stating that fluid behind the eardrum is more common in children than in adults due to the anatomy of their auditory tubes, doctors highlighted that this often comes with no sign or symptoms, making it difficult for doctors to diagnose. As fluid in the ear is often a result of an ear infection, Dr. Medhat Abu Shaban from My Pedia Clinic in Dubai stated that parents should pay more attention to symptoms or complaints, especially in the aftermath of a common cold or an allergy attack, which can lead to fluid becoming trapped in the middle ear space. Among the recommended tests include the latest in technology to measure pressure. If there is fluid in the ear, an abnormal amount of sound will be detected. In less severe cases, fluid in the ear usually requires no treatment and often goes away on its own. However, high-risk cases, including those where developmental delays are found in children, may require a common surgical procedure.
First of all, lots of children are walking around with fluid in the middle ears and they don't even feel it or showing, without any problem. They don't show it. So we have to make an effort. Sometimes also even the best pediatrician, when he looks with the otoscope with his eye, can easily miss it. That's why we use the latest equipment called tympanometer. Okay, the process called tympanometry that can detect even minute amount of fluid in the middle ear and also can give me the pressure in the middle ear and the position of the eardrum. Sometimes also the eardrum can be retracted also. Like when someone in a flight, in a plane, and the flight is descending and you feel the pain sometimes, that's due to retraction. Many children after a flight, they have retracted eardrums and fluid in the middle ear. So that's another reason also we should look for it.
According to Dr. Medhat, some of the symptoms for fluid in the ear could include delayed development in speech and language skills, middle ear pain that comes and goes, as well as balance problems. Although no clear data exists for such cases in the UAE, a study conducted by the American Academy of Pediatrics revealed that there are around 2.2 million cases of fluid in the ear in the US every year, and about 90% of children will have problems before they reach school age.
In our region, not only Dubai, during dusty season, high humidity, dryness, severe dryness from the AC, all this can be a trigger for allergy and will end up causing fluid in the middle ears. So detection is the most important. Then we treat the cause of the fluid, so that it doesn't, keep happening or becomes persistent, causing hearing loss and speech delay. I highly recommend to have children tested on routine basis for fluid in middle ears, especially 2 weeks after ear infection or any child who has allergy in the nasal area or snoring at night, or any suspicious, if this child have behavioral problems, hyperactivity, turning the TV louder, not responding well, having some learning problems, all this could be due to fluid in the middle ears.
His Excellency Mata Al-Tayer, the Director General and Chairman of the Boards of Executive Directors of the Road and Transport Authority, honoured 50 cab drivers from the DTC's franchise companies that operate under the RTA as a part of the Excellence in Taxicabs initiative. The event selected the best cabbies and franchise companies as a part of Public Transport Day, as well as 2 winners who were selected from a pool of the most frequent public transport riders and awarding them each with 50,000 dirhams. The Cab Driver Award aims to upgrade services and raise the competitiveness among franchise companies to ensure quality services, improve traffic safety, heighten awareness levels, to bring happiness to taxi users and to motivate drivers. The festivities took place over at the Dubai Ice Rink in Dubai Mall and also featured a number of competitions for public transport users, with prizes of up to 15,000 dirhams for the top winners. His Excellency Mata Al Tayer was pleased with the great communal interaction for the Public Transport Day initiative and the success in educating the community on the importance of using public transport. The share of public transit modes rose from 6% back in 2006 to 15% in 2015, putting the Emirate on track to meet a target of 20% by 2020 and 30% by 2030. And finally, looking to other news now, the first ever Kimono Abaya brand by a Japanese designer has been launched in Dubai. Japanese designer and artist Ariko Yamanashi has created a unique line of abayas characterized by the original use of Japanese kimono fabric and innovative designs for a more authentic feel. Dubai-based abaya brand DEWA has partnered with one of the biggest players of the Japanese textile industry, the Tsukamoto Corporation, in order to launch DEWA by Ariko, the first abaya brand created by a Japanese designer and using Japanese fabrics. The designer revealed that there are a number of similarities between an abaya and a kimono, and both have evolved to adjust to modern fashion trends, yet have retained their traditional lineage and class. She added that fusing them into one was no easy challenge, particularly as they wanted to retain the individuality of both. The new line of abayas were showcased at 3 fashion shows hosted at the boutique at Dubai Mall throughout the launch day.